Learn to write a letter if you want to land that next job. The art of writing a letter may be long lost on today's job seekers, but is more important than ever for them to learn. It still is an integral part of applying for most jobs, even if a letter on a piece of paper has been replaced with a digital version. Even older job seekers who may be well practiced in physically penning a letter need to learn some new tricks or risk showing they are out of touch. Careers consultant Catherine Cunningham says the cover letter is one of the most difficult documents in the world to get right, never mind the fact fewer people know how to write a letter to start with. Cunningham, author of the new book My Career Rules, A Guide to Tackling the Employment Market, says job seekers typically only get one page to paint themselves as the ideal candidate. More. The one habit successful people share. She says it is a critical career skill worth mastering because it does increase a job seeker's return on investment. It's a good way to differentiate yourself. You really do place yourself at the top of the pile, she said. The more senior they get, the more important the letter is, because if you are senior and you send a letter that's full of technical errors, that really damages you. That can be hard because no one has been taught how to write a letter. Even if they did learn long ago, finishing a letter with yours sincerely may make applicants look like a dinosaur, she says. Office Dynamics business consultant Catherine Middleton says the application is the most important part of the job search to get right, because if candidates fail at that, they won't get past the first stage. Related. Brutally honest cover letter lands dream job. Middleton, who runs job search workshops for community and school groups, agrees it is a skill most job seekers still need to learn. Most people find it difficult to write a sentence these days, never mind a resume, she said. She says the array of easy templates for resumes and cover letters that are available through an internet search for job seekers to follow means there is no excuse not to have a decent letter. But job seekers must avoid sending out a one-size-fits-all cover letter. Cunningham says they must outline why they are best for that specific role. A lot of people just write a thin letter they use for every employer, and it's very obvious and it's very insulting to treat an employer like that, she said. I believe they should always send a letter, even if it is not requested, unless they say they don't want one. Most people aren't brave enough to do networking, so they do just apply for jobs, and if that's the case, do it as well as you can. Very few people think about having to show some sort of skill in the process, they just wing it. Good letters. Paint a picture of the applicant as being the ideal candidate. Makes the reader feel like the job seeker really wants to work there, in a subtle, genuine and flattering way. Passes the aeroplane test by giving the reader the impression they would be great to work with or sit next to on an aeroplane for 5 hours. Is tailored for the job, the organization and the industry. Contain clear, short paragraphs. Bad letters. Have fancy formatting. Keep it simple and don't distract the reader from the content. Have words covering every inch of the page. Avoid cramming as much as you can onto one page and leave the default margins where they are. Start with to whom it may concern. If the advertisement outlines who to address it to, do so. Otherwise, find out who to address the cover letter to by calling the recruiter, the phone number on the advertisement, or the company direct. They may just say the manager, but follow their advice. End with yours faithfully. Opt for thanking them for their time, otherwise kind regards is a more formal yet modern approach. Have a full stop after Mr. It makes the job seeker appear old-fashioned and outdated. More career advice and careers with Seek in your Saturday newspaper.